Hey everyone, Thomas575 here once again, and this time I am going to be talking about Marvel Spider-Man 2. So, for those of you who are new to the channel and or to this series, I talk about upcoming video games and discuss everything that's wrong with them and from the footage I've seen, and then all of a sudden I don't and then point out the good stuff they got right, and then maybe make story predictions or something. So, anyways, yeah. So Marvel Spider-Man 2 is going to be the third game in the Marvel Spider-Man series. Yeah, surprisingly, this series only has 3 games. The first one was Marvel Spider-Man, which came out in 2018. Then there was Marvel Spider-Man Miles that came out. I think it was 2020 or 2021. I forget which year, but it's either one of those. And then finally, we got this game, Marvel Spider-Man 3, coming later this year, coming on October 20th of 2023. And that's a huge coincidence right there, since that's also the day when Super Mario Bros. Wonder comes out. If you haven't already, go ahead and check out the first episode that I made. I also made an episode on Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and I am not too happy about that game. So, without delaying any further, let's go ahead and get this episode started. So, starting off, we have a scene with Peter Parker and Harry Osborn. So, anyways, just to recap just to understand what's happened so far. Basically, there was a man named Peter Parker who has all this technology that allows him to climb on walls and shoot like some sort of sticky webbing and stuff. And then the person he looked up to and worked for, Otto Octavius, he was work he stole a project because he was working on something, and it affected his mind, causing him to turn against everyone. And so Spider-Man had to stop him, and he was sent to jail. So, and then in the second game, which is the Miles one, Miles actually has abilities where he's able to climb onto walls and shoot webbing. Same thing as Peter, but however, he is able to shoot electricity. It's called venom power, and then he can also camouflage. So, and then his best friend was a part of this secret organization that was out to destroy Miles' best friend was part of an organization called the Underground, and so they were trying to stop Roxxon, another group called Roxxon, and stuff like that. And then all of it, and then yeah, his best friend is the leader of the Underground, called the Tinkerer or something like that. And so Miles ends up Miles and then Miles has like a showdown with the leader, and then the leader's dies. So basically, in this series, the person that both Spider-Mans look up to, they're gonna die. So that's basically the gist of the series. You learn about the character, and then they're killed off. Kind of reminds me of another series that I know, The Last of Us. Anyways, moving on from that. So supposedly a lot of stuff has happened in 10 years, when Pete was going to school with Harry or something, I think. And now Harry is going to try and help the world with the help of Peter. So um yeah. So, in any case, later on, everyone later on, Miles meets Harry with Peter. Later in the trailer, the story trailer, of course, and then all of a sudden another group comes, and then all of a sudden another group that hunts stuff um, comes um, and they're okay. So yeah, next in the trailer we see a group that hunts stuff, and their leader's name is Craven. Yeah, and then yeah, and supposedly that group is on like some kind of hunt, and then the next and then yeah, so then next in the trailer, um, we see like glimpses of stuff like ocean hopping from buildings, and then we see a quick cameo appearance from Martin Lee, who's like one of the villains in the first Marvel Spider-Man game, and then Miles wants to know how to be a better Spider-Man because he is still learning, and but at the same time as Miles is trying to become a better Spider-Man, Pete is supposedly gets a suit upgrade, and so like it's like so and yeah, and supposedly it's all this type of like um like some sort of like a gooey plasma or something. I don't know what you would call it, but supposedly that's the extension on his suit. But at the same time, Pete's also losing his sanity. I think it is. I don't know what that is, but he's not himself, and so Miles has to help him and all that stuff. So yeah, and finally we see a glimpse. And then finally, the last thing that we see in the trailer is we see a glimpse of Harry looking atop the entirety of New York. And the next shot we see, the final shot that we see, is that there's some kind of monster tearing through everything. That kind of looks like a monstrous muscular Spider-Man. So I don't know what exactly is gonna happen in this game, or what the hell, or what the shit is with this game anyway. So I mean, who would come up with some more stuff like this? Like, I don't understand what they're like seeing and stuff. So yeah. In any case, that's the the trailer, the story trailer anyway. I believe there is also some gameplay for the game, but I haven't seen that because I want to prevent spoilers, possible spoilers. Because I don't, because I'm actually a fan of this series. Yeah, you heard me. Because I mean, it makes sense because the series is really good, and then I mean, it's rated T. The series is rated T, so. Anyways, on to possible story predictions. So, what I think is going to be happening is that Pete and Miles, Pete introduces Harry to Miles, and then so forth. And then the next thing that's going to be happening is that all of a sudden, Miles wants to know how to become better about what he's doing, because ever since the events of the last game, all that's been happening is that he's been losing people. So he wants to know how to learn how to save more people, because Miles lost his father and then his best friend, and then he doesn't want to lose anyone else. So, but yeah, and so I guess like Pete teaches him, maybe, like I think Pete might teach Miles along the way at some point, and then all of a sudden, Pete decides to make or well, actually no, what ends up happening next is that Craven all of a sudden and his group come in and then start hunting everyone in New York. And so Pete needs to make an extension on his suit to uh to like counter because the group is too strong, as we saw in the trailer. He was struggling to fight off the hunters. I that's the group I'm gonna call them the hunters because I do not know what else to call them. So then as Pete's fighting, he starts, well, I don't know, but this is a possible theory. He accidentally kills someone and then starts doing it more and more, and so he's starting to go insane. And soon enough, Miles notices this and then has to help, and then he has to help out, Peter. And but at the same time, something else is going on with Harry. But that's just my theory on the whole thing. It's not. This may be possible spoilers, but I'm I I really do not know what's gonna happen in these PlayStation games. So I don't. I'm not. I can't predict everything that's going to happen. So um yeah, that's basically going to be it for this video. I know this one was shorter for I know this one was a bit shorter for I know this episode is a bit shorter than the other one that I did, but there's not a lot to complain about this series because I mean, so far it's making sense, I think, because they're following the lore that they put in the game so far. So yeah, so go and play so before this game comes out on October 20th, go and play the other two games before that comes out if you want to know, um because if you want to understand what the story better, I suggest that you go and play those two games first, because you're not going to understand what's happening or what's happening between the characters, because it's going to get all too confusing and stuff like that. So yeah, that's basically going to be it for this episode. So if you like this video, go ahead and press or slash click on that like button. Share this, or if you or if you don't like it, then I guess hit the dislike button. I mean, I can't really see dislikes, so. And then share this video and this channel with other people to spread the word about this game coming and stuff. And then finally, subscribe. If you're new to the channel, then go ahead and subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this in the future. And I will be talking about more upcoming video games in the future if I can find out any more upcoming video games coming. So if any of you know any upcoming video games coming soon, then go ahead and comment that down below. With that being said, I am Thomas575, and I will see you all next time. Eventually.